Welcome to Meet the Celebrity. Today we have with us in our studios a very special artist. His good name is Mr. TV Hariharan. Yes, he is famous globally. Many of you know him from the joy of symphony to the bliss of Sai. In our studio today and on the set, Dr. Nandini Mouli of the Capital Forum interviews this world-renowned Mr. TV Hariharan. Let me share that moment with you now.
Top of the morning to you all. I'm Nandini Mouli, inviting you all to another edition of Up Close and Personal, where we show the talent and accomplishments of all kinds of Indian individuals living in this Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. Today, I am so delighted to bring to your attention a great composer, musician, and above all, a true Sai ardent devotee who has been with us for the past week or so, and his name is Shri TV Hariharan from Bangalore.
Namaste.
Welcome to the studios of GTV.
Namaste.
By way of introduction, Shri TV Hariharan was a student at the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning at Prashanthi Nilayam, Puttaparthi from his age 20 to 24, where he undertook his undergraduation. After that, Bhagawan Sri Satya Sai Baba himself asked Shri TV Hariharan to quit his regular job of being a marketing executive in a local company in Bangalore and asked him to take up music as his profession, mainly because Bhagawan was so pleased by his devotional singing. And in fact, he is the one who asked Shri TV Hariharan to start taking up harmonium and teach the students in the institute also. So by taking this up, Shri TV Hariharan has been doing an immense community service to the Sai organization throughout the world. In fact, it is Bhagawan's grace that he has composed so far 300 bhajans, and his bhajans are being sung by very many playback singers, including Shankar Mahadevan and Mr. Hariharan in North India, and in South India, quite a few people, as well as the Sai students in the institute are following his bhajans. We are so pleased to have him amidst us today, since he is going to be giving a program tomorrow, a Bhajan Sandhya at the Hindu temple Adelphi. We have asked him to come to the studios and share his passion of devotional singing with all the viewers of the GTV network. So once again, namaskars, and
Namaskar.
Really glad
Thank
that you could be with me today.
Pleasure to be with you.
Shri TV Hariharan, I'd like to start off by asking you a few questions about your background so that the viewers could know how very well you do this. By way of experience, I know that Bhagawan asked you to take this devotional singing. Can you please paint the background or the context of that particular
It's very
incident?
interesting, actually. Actually, I thought I'm going to become a computer engineer.
Yes.
Then I was leaving Prashanthi Nilayam, Puttaparthi. So when I was leaving Swami, he was asking me, what are you going to do? I told Swami, I'm going to become a computer engineer. I'm going to do further studies in computers. Then he, just as though he didn't hear it, he told, are you going to sing like that in Telugu? Then I told, no, Baba, I'm going to do my computer engineering. Second time, oh, I see you are going to sing, like that he told.
Yes.
And third time I thought, maybe he didn't listen properly, so I thought I will say loud. Yes. So I told Swami, I'm going to do computer science, and I'm going to take a job in computer engineering. Then finally he told, okay, go and do well in your singing.
Singing again.
Spread.
Yes.
And what happened really, I finished and I went out to Bangalore from Prashanthi Nilayam. I worked with, I did computer science, and after that I worked with GlaxoSmithKline, a famous pharmaceutical company, as a marketing search executive. Suddenly one day my inner call said, leave the job. What are you doing here sitting? So finally one day, January 8, 1989, I quit my job, and from that time, I'm into singing. I didn't think about it actually. I thought maybe it is my decision. Later my friend who is in Canada, one Mr. Hariharan, he told, Hari, what are you doing? I told, I'm doing my bhajan singing. Then he told, do you remember what Swami told you?
Yes.
Then it got stuck to my head. Oh my God, it is the command of the Lord.
Yes.
Not my intuition to come into this field.
Because anyone could do the job of computers, professional and so on, but only few chosen by Bhagawan himself could do this devotional
And here
singing.
I am today in Washington DC in this global TV with you, Nandini ji. It's really a pleasure.
It is indeed His grace that has brought us together. And do you recall what was the very first bhajan you composed for Bhagawan?
Anandamaya Bhagawan.
Wow.
The bhajan goes like this. Anandamaya Bhagavan, Premanaya Bhagavan. This is the first one. I'm just singing only a small this thing. But this is the first bhajan in my life I ever composed, thinking that is in the form of bliss.
Absolutely.
And is the form of love.
Yes.
Today I live because of that glory, that name,
Bhagavan's
that
name.
power.
Yes,
Bhagavan's
absolutely,
power.
yes. After you have taken up this, you must have felt, you must have experienced a lot of obstacles, a lot of setbacks, because obviously the singing does not give all that material wealth readily. Some people get it after some time establishing, but in the initial period, how did you manage overcoming those obstacles?
That's a great question actually. What happened that I left my job, came back home, and my wife asked me, why are you early today? I told I left my job. Instead of saying that I should not leave the job, she told, good.
You have a supportive wife.
Yeah, it was really shocking for me today when I think about it. It's very difficult. But after leaving the job, I somehow felt Swami, who has created me, who has sent me to the world, he will protect me. But for nearly 3.5 to 4 years, I didn't have any material thing at all. So one of the Dashera time, when all the relatives, all the friends are telling, what is this? You leave the job and you don't take care of your wife and child, and then you are doing these things in your life. Then they started blaming Swami, Baba. You are singing Baba's glory and then you are on the road. You are not materially well off. You are not able to take care of your wife and child. What are you doing? So it was a Vijayadashmi day for 9 days Dashera. 10th day, Vijayadashmi day, I thought, oh Goddess, Divine Sai Mother, everyone is not telling that I am responsible. They are saying you are singing the glory of God, Satya Sai Baba, and then you are suffering. But you always do good to humanity. So in that thought, I composed a bhajan. Mangala Pradani Sai Shankari Maheshwari Saishwari Mahashakti Rupini. To say, you are the one who grants auspiciousness, Mangala Pradani. Shankari, the one who does good. Oh Sai, you does good. So Maheshwari, who are you? You are the most powerful goddess. Saishwari Mahashakti Rupini. You are full of power. So when I composed this bhajan on that day, that same day, not next day, not after some time, the very same day, my life changed. Though I faced for 4 years lots of difficulties, but I always felt, because I am a creation of God, so this is no difficulty. I am fantastic. Created by God, I have all the wealth. Though I didn't have any material comfort, I always felt I am rich by heart. I felt I am losing myself in the name of God. So God takes care of me. And after this composition, Nandini ji, this is for the sake of audience, I am telling you the truth. The one who believes within himself the power of God.
Yes.
Thy shall be given everything in this world. What is world? After all, creation of God.
Absolutely.
If you catch the Creator, creation follows you.
Absolutely.
And I felt that really the Creator, the blessings of Satya Sai Baba flew. You will not believe. I got everything, though I never had anything. I was given a house, I was given a car, I am called round the globe, I travel. This is not my power, my ability, my talent at all.
Yes.
It is.
You are singing the glory of Lord. Lord is pleased.
Please.
You are singing for Him. Yes. Because your singing is not for the for pleasing people, instead pleasing the God.
Pleasing the God and to be within yourself.
Yes.
When you touch your core of your heart,
yes,
then the world is touched.
Beautiful.
In their heart.
Very
That's
nice.
how things go.
That's a great message for all of us, and wonderful that you could share that with us. Now, can you tell a little bit about how your compositions flow for you? You know, it is unthinkable if you think about some of the names and the messages that come across in your poems, in your bhajans. Could you tell how they come to you, how they flow to you?
Yeah, I would like to share with you. For example, I was on a pilgrimage visit to Tiruvannamalai. We call it Arunachala. It is called Dakshina Kailas in India, where all the Siddha Purushas are in astral body, where Lord Shiva stays there as Agni Linga, one of the 5 important sthalas of South India. So where Ramana Maharshi and Seshadri Swami has lived. So I went with my German friends actually, yoga teachers. They took me to Arunachaleshwara, stayed there in silence for 3 days in Ramanashram. I was lost in silence. I didn't know anything about the world. But when I was returning, I felt so sad that I have to leave that place and again enter into this mundane world. So when I sat in the car, when the car was going, I turned back, looked at the hill, hillock, which is called as Arunachaleshwara. Temple is a representation. Real Shiva is that hillock itself. So that hillock, once upon a time, not in Kali Yuga, not in Dwapara Treta Yuga, in Krita Yuga, Lord Shiva took the form of Agni Linga. So, what happened was, this song goes like that. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Aruna Shiva. Akshaya Linga, Atma Linga, Tejomaya Vigraha Linga, Iha Para Sukadayaka, Isha Iha Para Sukadayaka. These words came, this composition came. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. So hailing Lord Shiva. How was he? He stood as Akshaya Linga. Akshaya means which has no beginning, no end. So that's how he stood as Agni Linga. Brahma and Vishnu are searching for the beginning and end. So when I looked at that, I found he was immeasurably from beginning to end of the world. I saw that light in me. So I thought Akshaya Linga, he stands with no beginning and end. So where can I find him? Atma Linga.
Okay, beautiful. There's a connection.
Yeah, connection, Atma Linga. How did he stand for Vishnu and Brahma? Tejomaya Vigraha Linga, as effulgent. So Tejomaya Vigraha Linga.
In the form.
And what he does for every human who worships with devotion. Iha Para Sukadayaka. In this world and in the other world. He gives all the sukha. What is sukha? Where dukkha, where there is no sadness, that is called sukha.
Beautiful.
If we have the blessing of God, there cannot be any sadness. There can be only happiness and joy and peace and bliss left in the world. That's how this
beautiful.
composition
This particular composition is a favorite of many of the youngsters.
People
Yes,
in the world.
In the
actually,
world,
over they
yes.
sing inside. What
Yes.
is this bhajan?
Yes, and when you have seen them sing this type of bhajan, especially the youngsters, because after we move away from the prime spot, the youngsters are the ones who have to carry the torch of
exactly.
any religious organization, including Sai organization. So, what do you think about the youngsters' role, especially in bhajan singing? Can you share your thoughts about them?
Yeah, this is what I was thinking. I thought being in India, before I started traveling for last 16 years throughout the world, I thought in India the children are singing. I was very happy that they are doing. But to my real surprise and really a happy shock, I should say, throughout the world I have been traveling, be it US, all parts of US, Canada, South Africa, name Middle East, Australia, UK, any country for that matter.
Yes.
I found the youngsters have taken to devotional singing so beautifully. I find the world is going to become more and more and more peaceful, and the love which is going to be spread by these youths.
Yes.
More than any elders who are living now, I find a great scope and blessing on the youth, because I find they sing it so beautiful. They are absolutely amazing in their singing, amazing in their devotion, and throughout world it is established. I found Swami has established this universality, religion, like a religion of love. There is only one religion, religion of love, he says.
Yes.
There is only one caste of humanity. There is only one language.
Language of the heart. Yes, absolutely.
So, I think this has united with no caste, color, creed, sex difference. I found, because I found, suddenly I was singing in Atlanta, one American lady comes and tells me, after I sang a bhajan, oh, I have sung this in my CD. And then she sings that Hindi bhajan and shows me with guitar. I was really shocked. I thought, see, we know that language we are doing, but I found language of the heart prevails.
Yes.
More than anything else, and I am very happy the youths have taken up and they are going to really share the light with the world.
Beautiful, really. Absolutely, absolutely. And I know you have trained quite a few youngsters in the Sai organization, including at Puttaparthi and Brindavan College of Higher Learning and so on. And how do you do that? Because we hear so many Sai students singing so beautifully your compositions, and how do you share your compositions with them? Is there any formal modality by which you are doing it?
What happens is I visit Puttaparthi and Brindavan very often, at least a month, and with the grace of Lord, the composition, as I forgot to tell you, the composition is nothing but in that emotion, in that vision from the cosmos, from the ether, from the akasha, from the sky. It just enters your body when you are in that mode of emotion. Nobody can claim that they are composers, because the composer is only one composer, that is the creator. But when it comes to this body, then people recognize it is Hariharan.
Yes.
So what happened, all the students, whether it is past or present students, they love me. So when I go to Prashant Nilayam or Brindavan, they say, sir, you have any new composition? I say,
very
yes.
Nice.
Then I tell them the background of every composition and I teach them this bhajan. Of course, they are all amazing, great musicians and great singers. But I am an instrument to share this knowledge. When they are coming with love, I thought I should share my love. And finally, they learn it and they sing. The moment they sing, it is spread throughout the world with one unison, with one voice, with one tune. Everyone sings this devotional hymn.
Absolutely.
So that's how these bhajans are spread actually.
Beautiful. And that's how Shankar Mahadevan, Unikrishnan or Hariharan.
Shankar Mahadevan, Hariharan, Richa Sharma ji.
Yes.
Because I remember this episode. One day Richa Sharma ji came to Puttaparthi and she was in the studios, and she is a great devotee of Baba from the age of 3. She was sitting in the studios and she told, I want to sing and record some bhajans for Baba. And the studio boys, you know, the sound engineer and others who are in charge, they called me, sir, Richa Sharma ji has come to the studio, she wants to sing. Can you share some
Which
composition?
song did you share with her? Can you please share that?
There is one song, just one line I will share. Like generally Sai Bhajans, we have simple style of
Yes.
bhajan.
Yes.
One bhajan which came, which is little different from general Sai Bhajans. So I shared with her, no, Guru Sai Maheshwara Karunakara Karunamaya. Like this one bhajan, because today I am not able to sing, but I thought I will
This
show
is
this
very, very
thing,
beautiful.
you know.
Yes.
This song I gave her, and you will not believe, she learned that bhajan with no time. She learned this bhajan and then she sang it.
Very nice.
And she really sang it from her heart with the power. Her voice is full
Beautiful,
of
beautiful.
Like that, every playback singer, just I didn't go in search. It's just that Baba's grace, they came.
Absolutely.
And they learned and they sang. And today in the world, those compositions are
being sung
very,
and
very,
I'm
very,
much
very,
appreciated.
very
And
much
I
appreciated.
would, as a great musician and a lover of music myself, I would love to hear a couple more bhajans if you could share your recent
Because
compositions.
for me, I used to sit and sing. That's
Okay.
why I'm not singing too much.
Yeah, recent
Sit and
composition.
sing will be very easy for me. Standing and sing is very difficult. That's why I'm sorry, I'm not singing. But I can certainly share a few things like
Yes.
this composition. And I gave her one more bhajan. It's in Rag Purvi Dhanashri.
Okay.
And it's in Talam also different. So I gave this bhajan also to her. Vakratunda Mahakaya Shri Ganesha. Because these are all the not the normal Sai bhajan style.
Yeah.
This is a little really tough handling is needed, and it adds with lots of things. And she sang these songs, and Hariharan ji sang, Shankar Mahadev ji and Sumit Tapu ji, Anup Jalota's disciple, and Tippu Harini, they also, because they are from South India, I gave them like South Indian bhajans. And for our students also, lots of bhajans I gave. But otherwise also from 1979, everyone sings these types of bhajans, and they do really great justice actually.
What are your favorite bhajans?
Now, favorite bhajan, my bhajan, anything comes, it's coming with certain emotions.
Yes.
So, like, you know, this bhajan, Sai Ram, Sai Sham, Mere Sai Ram. This bhajan is favorite. Sai Mera, Tum Ho Sahara. This bhajan came when I told you I left the job. I was not having anything. That time I had a daughter who took birth. So I had to go to another place for Namakaranam ceremony. I didn't have anything. This I have to narrate. When I didn't have anything, I thought I can't even go for naming ceremony as a father. So I thought maybe it is divine will, I cannot go. Then I thought I may not go. But suddenly somebody who comes, I don't know how that person knows, he comes and he hands over certain money. Hari, I heard that you got a baby daughter. You have got to go and then do naming ceremony. And he comes with the money and gives. That time I thought, Sai Mera Tumuho Sahara.
Beautiful.
You are my companion. You are Shiridi's avatara, Bhakti Purisa. What are you? Deenon ke tum prana sakha Prabhu. For people who are under difficulty, Mere Sainath, what you are? Prana sakha Prabhu. You are like friend. Which friend is not a friend who comes and helps you after
Friend for
5
life.
minutes or 10 minutes. On the spot, you think of him, he comes and help. That's why that word comes. Deenon ke tum prana sakha Prabhu. Mere Sai Ram, Mere Sai Ram, Baba Haripuri Bhagawan. So you are my Sai Ram. you are a friend who is immediately there to help me.
Beautiful.
That is the composition.
That's wonderful.
Like that, all the compositions are my favorite.
Excellent, very good. Truly, this is a wonderful privilege for me to be with you on the studios and listen to you and talk about the background, because we sing them in the samitis, in the Sai centers and so on, but we don't associate with how they came about and so on. So really wonderful that you could come. You are going to give quite a bit of pleasure tomorrow as you do the Bhajan Sandhya at the Hindu temple, and I expect and invite everyone to join. And if you could come tomorrow and listen to Hariji by yourself, that will be great. If you cannot, please go to his site and just you know, imbibe all the words, all the music, all the bhakti, the devotion with which Hariji is singing all these bhajans. He has not only sung the typical nama bhajan, but also huge solo bhajans with pallavi, anupallavi, charanam type of format. So you would be in for a treat if you could listen to some of his bhajans and learn also. And by the way, Hariji is available quite a bit on Skype and internet to guide you, to help you to learn more and more, because I heard you say this morning that that is your community service, that is your service to the Lord himself. So through devotional singing, he's trying to reach out to God, and through Hariji, we will try to also reach out to God. And so this has been a major
Thank you, Nandini.
Wonderful opportunity for me to be able to listen to you, and I thank all the viewers also for tuning into our program this morning, Up Close and Personal. I'm once again Nandini Mouli, and with me is Sri TV Hariharan from Bangalore, India, the visiting artist from India. And so long, have a wonderful, pleasant afternoon and enjoy the weather out there. Namaste.